That's Cosmic Cubing, and I do not wear the same shirt every day. This is actually a different shirt than last video. But this is going to be a tutorial on how to become sub 1 on 4x4. So sub 1 was probably the hardest barrier for me to break on 4x4. It took a lot of effort and practice. And now I average like 53 seconds. So once you get started, your times will start dropping. So once you, like, I start off with getting around 1 to 2 sub 1s every 20 solves or something. And now I normally get sub 1 every solve. So what I would recommend practicing is, first of all, look ahead. So I don't really feel like doing that camera angle. I feel like this is probably the best way to go. So the first thing I would recommend doing is practicing making your first 2 centers in under 5 seconds. This is pretty easy once you understand. I'm going to switch camera angle actually because I need to explain. Okay. Oh, I also made this awesome 7x7 pattern accidentally. I accidentally got something on 7x7 and then I just changed it into a flower pattern, as you can kind of see. I'm probably going to keep it this way because I should have a 7x7 coming in a few days, so I'll just leave it like this. Yeah, and I also kind of did on my 5x5. I figured out that if you do your super flip and checkerboard it and undo the super flip, you'll get a weird pattern. It's interesting, so I guess I'll just show you guys right now. Let's see, I think I had this kind of thing. Then I do my super flip. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Something like that, and then there we go. Undo this. What? I'll do it later. But let me switch camera angles so that I can show you how to start getting better at your first 2 centers. Okay, so with 4x4, I would recommend planning 1 center out in inspection. That's what I do. So I have a scrambled 4x4 here, and what I do is I first of all try influencing a center. So I usually start with white or yellow, and I can see I have a bar for yellow and bar for white. And I can see I have the 2 white centerpieces ready to be inserted. So I'm going to do white center and then bring this one ready. So it'll be right here, I can see. Then I can insert it easily. So what I'm going to do is bring it down, and there you go. It's right there, insert it, and then bring in the last 2 centerpieces, right? Now that might seem a little confusing, and it probably is. But, oops. Okay, so what I do, so let's say this is going to be like a POV or something, but I'm going to be explaining what I'm thinking. So I see I have this center, and I have this centerpiece, right? And then this centerpiece is right here. So I have to do U, white, RU, then a Y prime and insert it. That's what I would do. So U, white, RU, key rotate and insert it, just like that, okay? And now that gives me time to figure out what I need to do for my next center. So I would make this bar, bring this in, and bring that in. And there we go. First 2 centers, that can be done easily in under 5 seconds. Okay? So that's what I would recommend doing. Planning out your first center at least, and seeing if you can plan out your second center, or as far into it. Okay? The next step, so first I would recommend using YAO 4, or just YAO in short, or just YAO, yeah, for 4x4. It doesn't matter what edge method you use. I use 3-2-3 edge pairing. It's a very quick one. I can make my centers in around 10 seconds that way, and it's very quick. That's not even my fastest I can do. I can probably get faster, but yeah. And as you can see, a lot of professional 4x4 solvers do their first 3 cross edges like this, but I do them like this because I'm best at that. what I do is I have these two edges. I'm gonna bring them in, and then quickly look for my next one. I know this is not the most efficient way. There we go. And then I look for my last one. So that, I don't think needs too much explaining. All I need to do is work on look ahead with it. Yeah, I'm not the one to talk about for look ahead because my look ahead sucks. And now, okay. So, first three edges are pretty easy just because when you do slice moves, it doesn't affect anything because there's nothing to affect right now. Now, flip your cube on your side after this, okay? That's very important because if you do your centers like this, there's a lot better chance of you messing these up. So do your centers like this. If you don't already, do that because it really helps. So now what you need to do is start, and it's kind of like keyhole, sort of, because you have one left, you have one empty space that you use to do all your moves on. Okay, like when you do a U move, you bring it like this, right? You do that, bring it up there, okay? That's what I do. Now what I do is I quickly look for an easy first center. So orange looks pretty good, but red I can easily insert this, and then I have this set up so I can do wide R prime U wide R2, which I'm gonna do. So look for the best center solution as possible, as quick as possible. Because if you could do it quickly, it saves you a lot of time. I try getting my centers done in under the 20-second mark, because that gives me time to make my last edge and then start with my edge pairing. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. This is the best solution, which gives me time to look for my next edge center. So after doing that, I'm gonna make green, right? So you make your green center, and the last centers are probably the quickest actually, and at the same time the slowest, because there's less opportunities or less ways for you to turn. So obviously what comes after green is orange. You should know that because if you be watching this, if you know how to solve 4x4. So I'm gonna be doing orange, and I have this kind of case, which I like having because once you insert this piece, it sets this piece up to be inserted. Now there's quite a few center cases, but this is the one that actually a lot of people seem to struggle with and getting faster, at least in my experience. I've also had trouble with it. So set it up like this first, and then insert this center first. So do wide R U wide R prime, and set this up for an easy insert, just like that. You need to recognize your cases really fast. And lastly, make your last edge pair. So what I would do is, like, let's say you want to insert, you have your edge here and an edge piece here. Insert it like this, pair it up, bring it to the top, bring it back, and then bring it back in once all your centers are fixed. Now as you can see, you have this solved. This is pretty much a walkthrough solve, but I'm explaining a lot of different things with it. Lastly is edge pairing. 3-2-3 edge pairing I find is the fastest. And now what I would not do is you have tunnel vision, and the first edge piece you see, you do, right? Don't do that, because it might be a bad edge and you'll be so focused on that, your times will actually get slower. So I can see that orange and green is the best because this is set up for an easy insert. So I do a small U and bring it in. Okay, so I might do a little bit of explaining for 3-2-3 edge pairing. At the same time, I'll be telling you guys the best ways to do it. So don't have tunnel vision. I actually have tunnel vision a little bit, and it does not help. But this is actually the best one I can see. So I'm gonna bring it in and bring this edge in. So now we have these set up. Move to the next one. Easy insert. This one I don't like this insert. But if it's set up like this, just do F, R prime, F prime, R. Okay, so look for the best center next. And now as you can see, 3 edges solved already. Now the last part, I always go with this edge. I find this is the best because it's easy to see which one to do. And the edge is right here. It's gotta be over here somewhere. So I bring it in just like this, pair it up, bring that back. Okay, so look ahead is key for 4x4. So just keep doing this. If you do this and you really practice, okay? Practice and practice a lot, because look ahead is key for cubing, it seems like. So just practice. I'd recommend the metronome method for practicing your look ahead. So how it works is you bring up a metronome, and I start off at a lower speed. So I start with 100 beats per minute and try like taking a cube, okay? Scramble it and then start the metronome. And you turn to the beat, trying not to pause. So let's say it's done, 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 done. You do, right? But plan out your cost first, okay? Wait, I've already messed up. Yeah, something like that. You just go to the beat. I actually messed up, that's all. So the farthest I've gotten without messing up is 150 beats per minute. And then I start messing up. So just try that, because it keeps you in beat, but also you have to use look ahead. So you be looking to your next pair. So just practice using that or any method you want. You can like turn slowly, so you don't pause, like you just do this. Right, just practice your look ahead. I'd actually practice a 3x3 because it's the fastest kind of solve, or 2x2, you know, like you can, this is not what I mean. You can like practice look ahead with 2x2. Just like this, turn slowly, and then just go with the flow, and then keep going up in the size of the cube. Soon enough, you could be at 7x7 and mastering look ahead and being the best 7x7 solver in the world. Man, I wish I was that way. Yeah, but that's actually really off topic. We're focusing on 4x4. So just practice your look ahead, then do your last edge pair. Okay, look ahead for edges is probably the biggest one, because like you're close to the end of the solve and you don't want to mess up, right? I've completely fumbled up with my 4x4. It's going really well, and then of course my look ahead sucked, and then it took me like 20 seconds, and then that's 10 seconds off, and then the solve sucked, right? So look ahead is key here, and then just move on to here. Obviously you want to have look ahead with your F2L. Okay, if you have parity, do the parity algorithm, but do it in the best way possible so you get the best case. And no parity. So like, mainly I'm just talking about look ahead and planning as far as you can in inspection. I like playing my first center so that it gives me more time to plan on my second center while doing my first center. So something like that. I hope this video is helpful for you guys. I'll probably make a part 2 to it once I get faster, and then I know a lot more, then I'll teach it to you guys. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and stay tuned for more. Bye guys.